Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Salomon Huck Knife Pro for 2024. Got a little bit of an overhaul. This board features Salomon's quad camber, which is their most aggressive camber. You got a micro rocker before the upkick in the tip and the tail, and then it's just camber throughout the rest of the board. This is going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive of traditional camber, but you're going to have a slight ease of entry in and out of turns from that micro rocker, as well as a little bit better of a sweet spot to press into. This board's available in 149, 153, 156, 159, 156 wide, 159 wide. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a sunny bluebird day with sustained winds. You had chopped chunder, scraped off groomers, perfect corduroy, choppy groomers, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. Since this is the pro version of the Huck Knife, it is a little bit stiffer. Coming in above a middle of the road, you have three key defined flex points. Tip and tail, right where that rocker is, and then right in the dead center inside the insert pack is another one. From just inside that rocker zone in the tip and the tail, it stiffens back up to the middle, and that key defined flex point that I just talked about isn't as aggressive as others out there. It helps with the torsional flex of this board so that you're able to ankle steer it and twist it a little bit better. For a park board, it's moderately stable. When you're cruising around the park, you get very minimal chatter in the tips, and that never resonates underfoot. Outside the park, you might feel it a little bit in there, and if you get into really rutted out terrain, it can get knocked around, so be aware of that and keep your knees bent. This board has snap. That aggressive camber is easy to load and it rebounds immensely. You get double back what you put in, so load it up, roll back on the tail, engage that micro rocker section, and just let it springboard you off anything in your path. You're gonna send it to the moon with this board. When it comes to jumps, small, medium, large, it's got you covered. It's gonna be better at bigger features. It's just got the pop for it. You're gonna notice that if you overcook this board coming in to a jump, you're gonna pop even harder. You're gonna go further. You're gonna go a little bit higher. Those small jumps become medium jumps become large, and large jumps become mega booters of death. This board wants to be in the air. You can be laid back, let the lip throw you. You're still gonna get some kind of rebound out of it and pop. So what I like about this board is that micro rocker in the tip and the tail. That's the sweet spot. It's not overly abundant. You really have to leverage your weight outside the binding to get it to engage. And when you do, there's a little bit of fight. What's cool though is if you're up on the nose or the tail and you kick your knee into the center, you can flex that center point in the board to get a little bit more leverage, which is awesome. And when doing that, it helps load the board up underfoot, so you're gonna get more spring out of your butters. This translates over to how it jibs. Now, if you're a slow speed jibber, you're gonna be a little upset with this board. You wanna go a little faster. You gotta use a little more strength in it. But when it locks in, it holds that press and then it pops out the end of the feature. And with that key defined flex point between the feet, when you're on a feature, it really helps cradle it around and lock it in so that you feel super secure on it. So in the past, I haven't fully loved the way Salomon boards carve. They just seem to lack a little bit. The edge hold is okay in softer snow. When you get into ice, you're like, oh, I'm gonna die. You know, you're like, this isn't engaging as much. This changes on this board. This board actually grips, it holds well on firmer and icier snow, and it really lets you set up a park carve with ease. Outside the park, you probably want something a little more aggressive for carving, but inside the park, short, tight, quick setup turns, medium, mellow carves, it's fine. If you have to rail a deep, hard, aggressive carve, it does lock in okay to let you just leave a trench as you go around a family of fat skiers that are sitting around gaping out, not knowing what the hell they're doing because they got lost. So overall, this board can hold a carve, it engages smoothly, it holds well underfoot, you feel it lock in, and you don't really have to worry about it. Who's this board for? The all-around park rider that's gonna hit some bigger features. They changed the tip geometries in this board, which changed the contact point, which changes the edge engagement, which also changes the sweet spot in the nose and the tail. Basically, this board is a lot better than it's been in the past. Like, this really stood out to me. It's got super snap. It's a little bit more approachable to ride, which I like. It makes it easier to engage a press, but you're still gonna get that snap. On edge though, this changes everything. It rides so much better, just so much better than it has in the past. Personally, this is probably my favorite version of the Huck Knife Pro. Comparable boards, the Battalion Evil Twin Plus, the Capita Outsiders, the Ride Bench Warmer. Binding recommendations, the Salomon District Team Pro, the Ride C8, the Union Force. This has been my review of the Salomon Huck Knife Pro. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you gonna buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.